News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Can come true, it can happen to you if you're young at heart.
The next hour brings entertainment and information for those of you who are young at heart. Here are your hosts, Lynn Peterson and Al Jones.
If you're young at heart.
Hey, welcome back, folks.
To Young at Heart.
That's right, and you are.
And I am, and she is.
I am.
And I am Al Jones, and she is Lynn Peterson.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Aren't you excited?
Yes, I'm excited. It's the beginning of the week.
It is, and it's also the beginning of the end of summer, as we know of it.
That's why I wore
my gosh,
into the summer the bright colors.
I like that. I did too, and we're sitting in a field of sunflowers. I believe.
Sunflowers.
Looks like that way.
Yes.
Looks really nice.
Sunflowers. Is there another use for sunflowers? Do you know?
Yeah, the seeds. You can eat them.
The seeds, sunflower seeds. That's true.
Yeah, I think they come
and
from
it's
sunflowers.
Oil, you can fry
and there's
fry
an oil.
Them? Are they
no,
healthy?
No, don't fry the flowers. You fry. They make oil out of the sunflowers.
And you toast them and eat them.
You toast them?
And eat them. You toast them, darling.
Sunflowers.
You do.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, of course. But we've got so many exciting things, not only today, but coming up this weekend.
That's true, we do.
And I should talk about it.
Okay.
Because I'm involved. The Provenza Valley Winery is hosting a wonderful evening of jazz at the winery. It's going to be an outdoor evening picnic, and that's this coming Saturday, the 20th of August. And it's from 6 o'clock until 8:30. You can get tickets at Floyd's Ace Hardware, also at the Prump Nugget in their parking lot. Huh, that's a first. Mm-hmm. I guess the scalpers, that's where the scalpers stand. It's in the parking lot. Who knows? And if you want to know who's the entertainment,
yeah, I want to know. Tell me.
It's the Woody Woods Ensemble.
Yay!
Yeah,
I know him.
My nose itches.
That means you're going to get something.
It does it. Like money?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
No,
anyway.
This is money. This is
company. Oh, what is this?
That's
if this is money, well, I do have company coming today.
See?
There you go. Well, geez, I knew that already. And we got 1 minute to talk about this. Anyway, Woody Woods, wonderful musician. We've had him on the show.
That's right.
I'm going to be singing.
Yay!
With him, along with Lee Bellinger, who's a wonderful male vocalist, and Fred Watstein on bass, and we've got Mike Candido on drums. They're all from Las Vegas. And yours truly, of course, is from Pahrump.
Yes, Pahrump.
I figured we had more than 1 minute left, so let me tell you all about this. So it's just a breakaway weekend at the Provenza Valley Winery, so should be lots of fun, and I believe there's going to be food. Elle, thank you very much for pointing that out. I can't see very well. As you can tell, the writing's very tiny. Yeah. And the tickets per person, $60 or $100 for a couple.
Hey, that's pretty good.
We make a couple.
Yay!
I actually think I get to go for free, though.
I kind of think you do, too.
I think I do. Anyway, we have a great show today, do we not?
We do.
I'm excited because SpongeBob SquarePants is in the house.
Yes! I think you're nuts.
I never said I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I've always been nuts. You're just now finding that out?
No, I knew.
We have our lovely historian of all things Las Vegas and Pahrump, Flo Provenza's back on the air with us. We have the lovely runners-up and the girls that are going to be in the Miss Nevada senior pageant that's coming up next weekend.
Right.
And we have the new owners of Seemore's. They're here to talk about their establishment, as well as Southwest Medical Associates.
That is so true.
Some more ideas of how to take care of your health.
Right.
So it's going to be a great show. Stay with us, and we shall be right back. Now do that laugh for me. Come on, you can do it. Oh, that's so pitiful.
Which one?
That sounds like the Wicked Witch of the West. Welcome back to the show. I'm with the lovely ladies, the Miss Senior Nevada Pageant contestants, along with their ever-present bodyguard, Scotty, over there. So we have Scotty on the end. We have Linda, Carol, and welcome, girls. And
Thank you.
it's exciting. You got a huge event coming up next weekend.
Big event. Carol was Miss Senior Nye County 2009, and she ran in the state, but once she ran, she could also run again.
Right.
And Linda is Miss Senior Nye County first runner-up. Terry Rogers, our Miss Senior Nye County, couldn't wait. She had another appointment.
Right.
So they're all going in to compete in Las Vegas.
That's
at
right.
the South Point on the 24th of August.
Which is for a week from this coming Wednesday.
Yes.
And I understand that the tickets are all sold out for this event.
Yes, sold out completely, but they're going to have an overflow in a lounge area where they're going to have the big screen.
Oh, so if anybody's interested in driving down to the South Point, which is a great, lovely hotel casino.
And we have
you can
really
that.
good support from Pahrump.
Yes.
We've got quite a few people going in from Pahrump to support the girls.
Well, I understand also that most of the contestants are from Nye County.
That's
Or
right, they've
you have
got
a
to
big-
run in Nye County pageant.
There's just
Two.
3 from Nye County.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 from Nye County.
Yeah.
And then we're talking, how many contestants do you know?
Well, there's 14 of
14.
us all together.
And then the rest are up from all over.
So you got Clark County, Esmeralda County?
No,
not
none
as far
of them
north?
are in. They would, you've got Aliante and Summerlin and all those areas, Henderson.
Oh, okay, yes.
We had Eureka.
Yeah, and
a lady
Eureka.
coming from Eureka.
Oh,
right?
yeah, okay.
Lady from Eureka.
Yes.
And we just recently went to Eureka. We done a show up there for the Nye County Pad contestants and the state contestants. We all went up there
Right.
and done a show for Meals on Wheels up there.
Right.
And
did
we
talk
also
about that
done
once.
one here in Pahrump. You know, you were host to that.
Yeah, that was a
So-
lot of fun. It was
yeah,
like off
so-
the cuff, just like me.
So we've
Not
been
scripted.
busy.
Yes, I can imagine now. Goodness, girls, to
Yes.
get prepared for this. Anything special in preparation? Like,
Well, we've been going into Vegas now for the past 2 months, where we are doing our opening number every Tuesday. It's a 2-hour a week route, and we do a routine of the 14 of us women.
where?
At the South,
okay.
It's going to be for the South Point, but we go to the Conservatory, which is a dance studio in Vegas, and where we all meet every Tuesday for 2 hours to practice.
Oh my goodness gracious!
So we've been doing this now every week for the past 2 months. So we've kind of got it all together. It's going to be a great show.
it sounds like it,
Yeah.
definitely.
It is
So,
a good pageant.
how are the other women? Are they really nice?
They're very nice. They're
Yeah.
very nice. We've met a lot of really interesting people. But as far as preparing, we do have to get a routine together for our own performance. We do have to prepare costumes. We do have to try to get our nerves in check. But other than that, it's all fun.
Do you also have to have a platform that you?
You have to philosophy.
Philosophy, life, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So, Linda, what are you going to be doing for the pageant?
Well, I'm dancing, but it actually is a dance that, mortified out of a routine that I do for exercise. I was creating a routine to try and strengthen and stretch my muscles, and it's turned into a dance routine, so that's what I'm doing.
Now, see, listen to this, girls and men out there of a certain age, and all of us are young at heart.
Yep.
This is what can come of it.
Right.
This is what you need to do, is get out there and move that body.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for you, Carol, were you?
Well, I'm
going to do-
dancing.
Yes,
I'm dancing.
I saw the dance you did. She did this flamenco kind of thing at the last show, and you're doing something a little different.
A lot different.
Yeah, and it's kind of got a surprise ending, which she's not going to
does.
tell anybody.
But it is from the movie Dirty Dancing, and I'm doing the last dance, and doing a different rendition of it, and I'm really excited about it. I really am.
I even asked her, I said, who's going to catch you when you fly into midair? That's the mystery. We won't know unless we go to the
down
shuttle.
and see.
Boy, those people must be arriving or something. My nose is just itching like crazy.
Also, Miss Senior Nye County, she's going to be doing a routine to the steel drums and dancing.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Scotty, of course, you're the Miss Keep them on their toes lady who keeps everybody in line.
Yes,
How are you holding up out with all of this?
Pretty good. We've just been so busy, which is good. It keeps us all together. But I'm backstage. I do everything backstage and get them on, get them lined up, get them moving, push them out.
She's a
and get them-
powerhouse, let me tell you. I saw her in action before.
She's smaller than all of us, but you better watch out.
She's a big lad.
Yeah.
I like to keep it going smooth.
Absolutely.
Well, you have to. You
Yeah.
have to.
Now, do you all have different platforms or philosophies, or do you, like, as the Nye County group, have the
they
same?
have their own
No,
you have your own
no.
philosophy.
It's about our own lives.
Yeah.
And what will they be asking you? Like,
Well, they don't.
They don't.
It's a 35-second get up there, make your speech, and get off the stage. This is when
Gotcha.
you come out with your evening gown.
Gotcha.
It has to
They
mean
get-
something to you. It has to be something that you internalize
special.
and it's personal to you.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah,
And they
that-
get
that
judged
shows
on
you
that.
you
Yeah.
coming out, and they get to see the real you.
Right.
And it probably won't be the question that's on the YouTube, the new one about the fake Miss America pageant, where they're asking, should math be taught in schools? Have you all seen that one? The answers are like, well, I think only people that are into math should really, be into math. It's not like we have to have math in our lives. I mean, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Anyway, I do that a lot. I digress and get
What
off
happened
the
to the
subject.
good old days?
What?
We're the baby boomers here, okay? So, I mean, it's like, those were the good old days.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. So, are you guys like super excited at this point, or
Listen, I'm doing my dance in the middle of the night in
in
my
your
head.
Oh gosh, do I know that well?
Oh, yes. So, that's what's happening.
Yep.
And I'm probably brain dead now. I'm just shutting down.
But it all, I've been there before. It all comes together. And I think the best part about it is the women that you meet, the bondage that you create.
Bondage.
Bondage. What did I say?
Bondage. I want tickets to that show. Good one, Carol.
I'm a senior. I had a senior second. Okay.
Carol picked right up.
Bonding.
Linda picked right up on that one before I even
That was
jumped on it.
good. That was
That's knowing your philosophy.
Hey, a little bondage goes a long way at this age.
It could be in a recruiting program.
Did y'all hear Linda? What was that again?
It could be in a recruiting program.
That would be hilarious. What were we talking about? Anybody? It's a good way to
it's
bond.
bonding
Bonding.
with the other
Bonding.
women, and it's fun, and it's to just take it for the moment, and that's what it's all about. It's not even really about the winning.
No.
I know that isn't for me, and it isn't
Not
for
for me,
Linda.
huh?
It's really the fun of it, knowing that we can do it, right,
She's
Linda?
looking off her clothes. You never know what's going to happen at young
Get
heart,
into
do
the
you?
routine.
So you better get your hearts checked, just so you can stay up.
Yeah, but
with
you
this.
know what? If I could encourage other women in this
That's what
community
we
to
want to
step
do.
out,
Yeah.
we want to step out. That's what I kind of did, because I didn't want to be put in a box because of being a
Absolutely,
minister.
right.
I said, my goodness, this was my talent for years as a child. I want to step out in the last quarter of my life.
And who said a minister can't have fun?
You betcha.
You betcha. Nice, clean fun.
Exactly.
I don't know where the bondage came
Talking
from, but
talking about fun, we're having our second annual sock hop at the Nugget on the September 10th.
sock hop.
Yes.
hop.
Well, we're taking it.
So cool.
I know we're not going to touch that one.
We're taking it from the 40s, 50s, and 60s,
Oh, wow. Fun,
and
fun.
dressed for the occasion.
Right.
We'll make
And-
sure we get that information
Yes.
up on
Oh,
stage.
that was
Yeah,
fun last
sure.
year.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
So how many people do you think will be attending the South Point affair?
Well, the room, the capacity at the South Point is 400
400.
So,
Okay, and it has
sold
been
out.
sold out, but like they said, there is, I would probably contact South Point and find out about getting these secondary tickets where
There's
you can
no
sit in the
tickets.
lounge.
There's no
Oh,
tickets.
it's
No
just,
tickets,
it's
sold out.
Yeah.
Sold
Well, yeah,
But you were
they-
talking about the lounge thing
Yeah,
where
they
they
can
can
come
the
to
lounge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they can
watch
come to
it.
the lounge,
Yeah.
and it's just free access.
Oh, free.
And you can watch it
Yeah.
on the big screen TV, and then after the
Even
pageant is
better.
over, they're going to have the Queen's reception in that room, so anybody that's there will be completely included and be able to participate.
Great. Well, I thank you, girls, and I want you back on the show. Let us know how it was, and we'll continue on.
Well, hopefully we come back with a crown.
Absolutely. And we'll be back after this commercial.
Welcome back to Young at Heart, folks. I have some guests here. In fact, some different guests from the last guest. Actually, to tell the truth, I was just trying to get them to smile.
Yes, thank you, Al. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have Candace and Randy,
Yes, sir.
and they are from Seemores.
That is
So I'd like to find out something about you two in regards to Seemore. I mean, what is Seemore? I didn't know anything about that until recently. So you might tell me a little something about that and yourselves.
Okay.
Keep
Well,
it.
Seemore's is a little ice cream stand over there at 372 and Blag.
Right.
That's right. It has the tall ice cream cone on the top,
Yes.
and we just we serve ice cream.
You serve ice cream.
Ice cream and smiles. Yes. Yeah. Yes, we serve ice cream and smiles. And it's been there for a very long time.
Right.
Very long time. A lot of people have seen about it and heard about it and have come down.
Except Al, he's having a senior moment.
Thanks a lot, lady. I knew Seemore was there, but believe it or not, I had never been there, before.
Well, we serve ice cream and yogurt.
And yogurt also. Now, you guys have been here in Pahrump for a while, I understand.
We've been in Pahrump for 6 years.
6 years.
Yes.
And I never met you. I mean, I don't understand that. But you were telling me about how you got involved, with the ice cream.
Well, the ice cream parlor, it came about through some friends that were that owned it before, and they asked us if we would like to take over and purchase the place. And I have always been interested in working for myself, and I just thought it was a fantastic opportunity to do that. So we jumped on that.
Very good. I understand you're going to have a lot of things to offer, not only just the adults here who love ice cream, which I love ice cream, but maybe some things for kids and so forth, maybe.
In
Possible.
addition to the ice cream and the yogurt, we offer Polar Storms, which are similar to a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. So we have different flavors on the Polar Storms. We recently introduced a cookie dough Polar Storm for the kiddos. And we also, of course, have milkshakes and sundaes and banana splits.
Oh, milkshakes. My favorite is chocolate milkshakes.
We just introduced a Reese's milkshake, which is chocolate with peanut butter.
Ooh, now that sounds very good.
It is very good. You should. I'll be
I will.
expecting you.
I will. I'm going to come by there. I'll tell you. how
I'll
to
be
do that.
expecting you, sir.
Now, what about your hours? What are your hours going to be?
Hours of operation for the summer are 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And we plan to stay open during the winter. In the past, they closed for November, December, January, and February, but we would like to try to stay open. And we will determine some fall and winter hours as we get closer.
Ooh, now that sounds good. What else should we know about Seemores?
Well, things that you'd like to know about Seemores is we're actually inviting families to come down and do birthday parties down there, and we have our friend SpongeBob who can come down. This is SpongeBob right here. This is SpongeBob. And
SpongeBob is with Fantastical Faces, and they do birthday parties.
Oh, Fantastic Faces.
Fantastical Faces. They do bounce houses, SpongeBob, face painting, balloon twisting, all sorts of birthday party things.
yes,
Things like that.
Yes.
That's kind of neat. I mean, that will definitely bring the kids out to say, hey, I want to see SpongeBob.
SquarePants!
Yeah.
At Seemore's.
at Seemores.
I probably do the same thing. Come by and hey, when the kids see me do that, there's that big nutty owl over there from.
They might make you a character.
Yeah, right. Sponge owl, huh? But now, doing the Are you open already now?
We are open right now, yes.
You're open now?
Yes, sir.
I thought maybe there had to be a little time between now and the time that you open, but you are open
We are
presently.
open. Yes, sir.
Okay, now the things that you offer now, and I know you're going to bring new things, later, but what can I come there now and purchase?
I think you would like a banana split.
Ooh,
Most definitely.
banana split?
Banana split.
With all that, my goodness, I'm trying to.
Well, you can get the yogurt.
Oh, you make a
Yeah.
yogurt?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can make it with yogurt or ice cream. Everything's soft serve, and you can have whatever flavor you like.
Yes.
Oh,
No ice cream.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, now as far as kids are concerned, you have any idea about the kinds of ice cream that kids like more than any of the other flavors? Or have you ever looked into that?
They seem to like vanilla and chocolate.
Vanilla and chocolate? Even
Dipped in chocolate.
Dipped in chocolate. You know, I'm almost like a kid again because I like chocolate. I like the chocolate also. Yum, 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 yum. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. And I imagine also that you're thinking about possibly, and you don't have to talk about it now, but some kinds of things that are healthy for the little kids, because they, you don't want to put too much of one thing in there whereas it won't be healthy. But is there anything that you think that kids could have that wouldn't, be detrimental to them? For instance, like not too much sugar here, not too much that. What would you suggest in regards to ice cream? Not to have too much of this, not to have too much of that. Any ideas about that? Because I know you know a little something about the kids. Come on.
I would say maybe go with the yogurt.
That's what I wanted to
A
hear.
little less sugar and a little less fat.
There you
A
go.
little less sugar, a little less. And yet still, you can enjoy this also, though, and as long as you don't go overboard.
That is correct.
Anything else that you like to leave with the kids? I know, Rhonda, you have some ideas there or some things you're thinking about because before you were a kid, and when you were a kid, hey, stop
was?
laughing at you. You were a kid once there. And what did you like coming up?
What did I
Still
like?
a kid.
I really enjoy the banana splits. The Reese's shake right now is probably my favorite thing we have going on down there as far as the flavors. I just for everybody out there, there's a lot of things. That parlor is full of stuff. When I say stuff, I mean strawberries, blueberries, pineapples. We got whipped cream. We got flavoring of raspberry. You just can't. You can do whatever you want down there. The menu is just there to get you started.
Wow.
But if you can think of something, and I have everything in there, we will make it. So if you're from somewhere else in the United States and you've gotten something back home that you haven't had in 10 years,
Right.
and you know how to make it, I will put it together for you.
Well, did you hear that, folks? If you have something that you think you might like, Randy will put it together. He and Candace will put it together for you.
Sure.
I mean, I'm telling you, this is fantastic. What's going on over here to my right? Is it my right or left? I see.
It's our little kid here.
There's our little kid over there. Come on over here, little kid.
I can't go anywhere without saying hi to SpongeBob.
Oh, isn't
Now
that?
you got lipstick all over you.
That
Do
is.
the laugh for us. You got
Good job, SpongeBob.
Oh, he's
Good
so
job,
cute.
bud.
He's so cute.
Now, what do you bit down?
Oh yeah, my
What
head
kind-
was off.
Yeah, I got to ask you, what kind of ice cream do you like now?
I like yogurts. I like soft serve yogurts. And
You like the yogurt
Yeah,
now?
yeah. And if they do toppings, that all the toppings sound really good. Are you going to be doing specials for seniors at all, like discounts, or have you thought about that?
We are. We are
Okay.
going to do 10% discounts for seniors.
That's very important.
It is
Some of
very
us are on
important, yes.
limited budgets.
Yeah, you're not a senior yet.
I'm a senior in training.
No, in training. That's
Yeah.
better now. Yeah.
I'm going to go swim away with SpongeBob. You want to join me, Spongy? Come on, Spongy. There he goes.
Very good.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. That is so great. Now, give the folks the location once again.
372 and Blag.
372 and Blag.
Yes.
Yep.
And I think you have the largest ice cream cone on top of the building? Is that ice cream cone?
Yep, the
It's
world's
the tallest in the world.
ice cream.
Now, see, folks, that's
painted it.
huh? I never knew that.
And Pat painted our cones
Pat-
outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
She sure
did a
did.
wonderful
She did a great
job.
She did a wonderful job.
She did.
Well, then we have to thank you, Pat. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Pat.
that.
My pleasure.
Your pleasure. But that's the tallest cone in the world.
Tallest ice cream parlor in the world.
I never knew that before. See, and as long as I've been here, and I've been here, 12, 13 years, and I never knew that. So
And
I'm
you've never
learning.
been by.
Hey, Al, ask how many people it's for birthdays.
Huh?
How many
Yeah.
people?
Let's talk about
Can
the
you hold
birthday
for the
party.
birthdays?
Yeah.
What about birthday parties?
We could seat 20 people.
20 people for a
Yes,
birthday
sir.
party. That's good. You don't need any more kids than 20 people
How
for a
much
birthday
notice?
party. How much notice in advance do they need for that?
We would like to get 2 weeks' notice.
2 weeks.
And my wife will give you that phone number if
Okay.
somebody would like to call.
Sure, it's 702-348-9688.
Repeat that once more. I'm a little
702-348-9688.
348 9688.
Yeah.
And that's Seemore's.
Seemore.
Located at Highway 372 on Black.
Come on down and
Folks,
see us.
come on down and see them. I'll meet you there one day. I will. Thanks, folks. Really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, bud. I appreciate you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right.
Stay tuned, folks. We shall return after these messages as soon as we say so long to SpongeBob.
Hey everybody, I got our favorite historian, Flo Provenza, with us back again. It's always a pleasure to have Flo. She has so many stories of what old Las Vegas was like. It's almost like hearing things about old Hollywood in a way, because there's many fascinating stories. And she brought with her today several items, and one is this book, and it was written by Michael Archer.
Yes.
Okay.
I hear he's a very great writer, although I don't know much about him.
Yeah, and he wrote about William Raggio, better known as Bill Raggio, a very, very dear old-time friend of Flo's, and Pete, her husband. And it's huge. I mean,
It's
This
the
is-
best history book of Las Vegas
I was
I've
going
ever
to say,
read.
and a lot of it is about Bill, your friend, the
Yes.
senator from Nevada. And just remind everybody, he was a senator from what years?
36 years. He just quit.
Just
He
quit.
He retired because he's not well.
Yes, right.
And
or
it
he'd
was-
still be going strong.
He's what?
Or he would still be going strong as
Oh,
a senator.
yes. In fact, they're having fits because he quit.
Goodness gracious, maybe we can talk him back if his health improves. No, it would be lovely.
Well, he was the one
For
man.
36 years, and
Yeah. He was the one man who could get people to come together. He was a very
No-
middle of the road.
Right. And we
type
need
of
that
guy.
right now in this day
Oh,
and age,
yes.
do we ever? Not only in our own state, Nevada, but for our country.
Anyhow, he sent the book down with my daughter Faye
Uh-huh.
and wrote in it. And what happened was I wrote him a little note back on the computer, and I said, if I had known all the things that I know about you now, I'd have been sort of intimidated to try to be your friend.
Well, let's give a little history. How did you, you originally met Bill back in,
Oh, I think it was about late 60s. It was right while I was just getting through working for Paul Axtelt, and he left for Washington.
okay,
And he came down and asked me if I would do some work for him.
Right.
So I said yes, because he was well recommended.
and he was a senator at the time?
No.
No,
He was a prosecuting attorney.
for
in-
Las Vegas.
No, for Reno.
Oh,
in
oh,
Washoe
goodness.
County.
Okay, Washoe.
He's the man who helped find Sinatra's son when he was kidnapped.
Wow. Now
Which-
that's a story in itself.
Yes, it is, and it's all in here.
Well, it's called A Man of His Word. If you all want to go out and find the book by Michael Archer,
I have to-
keep
I
that in
have-
mind.
Yeah, I have to tell you that this Michael Archer, I've never met him or anything, but he went to Bill and he wanted to write a book about him. He asked Bill if he would write a book and Archer would do the work on it.
Right.
And Bill said, you can write a book about me, but I haven't got time to do much to help you.
Wow.
He spent 3 years getting all this information together.
And I'm telling you, this book is thick. I mean, that's a lot of information, and there's pictures in here, and just the history of Las Vegas and politics and beyond is just amazing.
I told Bill in the note I wrote that if it hadn't been for his little house on Robin Street in Reno.
Where you were neighbors?
No.
Oh.
No, I never lived there. That was after he asked me to work for him, and I went up there. And for his wife Dottie, who was a doll, and for the kids. Right. If it hadn't been for that little house and Dottie and the kids, and the fact that Pete thought he was a great guy too.
Pete is Flo's husband. If y'all don't know
I
that
probably wouldn't have been so intimidated by his record that I wouldn't have been able to be friends.
Right.
I'd have felt like, in the note I told him that about his not being in our realm of unimportance.
Absolutely. So what are some of the memorable stories that stand out?
He tells all about the kidnapping. And he is the author, is the man who tells all this. In a few places, you'll see where he spoke to Bill directly, and it's put inset a little bit, and says that this is Bill's reply to that, or this is Bill's explanation of that. The rest of it is pure, absolute north-south relationships
between
Reno and Las Vegas, the whole state. Things that happened all over the whole state, things that I never heard about.
So were they at opposing ends, Reno and Las Vegas?
For a long time they were, north and south.
And in respects, big split in respects because of the casinos?
Part of it was because of the people that were here and the people that were there. Bill's family are old timers up there. I mean, they were originals. It's like Paul's family. They were Basques, and Paul's father was a sheep herder. They wrote a whole book about, his son wrote a whole book about that.
No, Paul
Laxoff.
Laxoff, who you worked for before you worked with Bill. And he was also in politics in the Reno area.
I was a Democrat when I started working for Paul.
Can you tell that story after you worked for Paul? Are you afraid to?
There's a few things, before I really worked for him is when most of that happened.
Oh, that's right, it was, yeah.
And it's something that, I'll tell it without saying any names.
Okay, yeah.
Because I was a Democrat. I worked for someone that ran for judge. I was a devoted Democrat. I was raised as a kid in Chicago. What do you want?
Yeah, I know, yeah, we're talking.
That puts you in Democrat.
Forget about it.
Forget about it, and my nose is not itching this time. It's a forget about it kind of thing.
I was a Democrat when I went to work for Paul, eventually.
Right. Yeah, but what happened?
What happened was that I intended to work for him when he was going to run for the Senate. And I said I would do so. And then I told some of my Democratic friends that I was going to do that.
Now, he was a Republican.
He was a Republican, but his sister was a nun.
Right. Oh, well, that makes a difference.
His father was a sheep herder. His mother ran the little hotel up there.
If you got a nun in the family and a sheep herder, you're fine as a Republican. Well, we got a few minutes, so let's kind of tell the story as quickly as possible.
That's how I got to Bill.
Right. But anyway, you were in a bar with some girlfriends.
All right, I'll tell you that today. We'll go back to Bill next time.
Yes, we will, because we just never have enough time. But here you are, a Democrat, working for
the first
an
thing
Itchy-Nosed family.
The first thing they did was tell me, well, you can't do that. I mean, you just, how can you possibly work for a Republican? I said, because he's a good man, nice family. I talked to him quite a bit and got to know him, and I feel like I want to help him get somewhere.
Right.
And so the next thing that happened was occasionally they would invite us to go swimming. We weren't rich enough to have a pool. We had 7 kids. You know how that is.
Absolutely. No, I don't know how that is.
And you don't want to find out.
No. Okay, I don't even want 7 grandchildren. Thank you very much.
So anyhow, they invited me to bring the kids go swimming.
Right.
That happened occasionally. And who do you suppose was there? Was the man he was running against?
Bill Raggio, we're talking about.
We're talking about Paul Laxoff.
Oh, you were going to work
starting back there now.
Okay.
You asked me if I'd tell it, and I'm going to.
Okay, well, we got 2 minutes.
So I went swimming, and Senator Cannon was there, and I knew he was Mormon, and I knew why they asked him there.
To talk
talk
you
to
out,
me.
straighten you
So the
out.
first thing I did, having some Mormons in my family, I went over and got a can of beer and I offered it to him and he took it. And I thought, well, if he doesn't go by the rules of his own supposed beliefs, why would I even want to work for him?
But after that, they
After
kind
that,
of
they
gave you a little threat.
Yeah,
did
they
they not?
asked one of the girls, which is a common thing. My husband worked nights, her husband worked
So
nights.
you'd go out with the girls.
Yeah,
yeah.
she said, hey, you want to go have Chinese food? I know you like Chinese food. We went to have Chinese food. I thought it was odd that she parked at the bar and we had to walk through the bar to get to the restaurant. But when we got through eating and we walked back out, I knew why she parked at the bar end.
Because you had some
Because
people there.
4 brothers were there who were very important in politics at the time. And one of them, I had spent a long time helping him get elected. He was a Democrat, of course, they all were. And on my way out, they told me I was a traitor, and they told me a few other things, and they also told me that I should go home and ask Pete how he liked his job.
This could be a movie. Her life could be a movie. It's
So I went home
incredible.
and asked Pete how he liked his job. And he said, I'm sorry, honey, you're not working for Laxalt.
It's just amazing, but there's stories like that in
I
this
did
book.
go and work for Laxalt.
You did,
Not that time.
but later on.
When I went back and told Paul what happened, he said, look, we're still friends. And I don't want you to lose one other friend because of me.
Yeah.
And if you can help me in some ways that isn't too noticeable, then
You're right.
thank you. If not, don't worry.
I know. It's funny how we start to talk about things. We're going to talk about Bill Raggio and his influence in Nevada, and we went to Paul, but you're going to be back on the show, so we'll get into that and much more. So stay tuned for the Flo Provenza show next time, guys. We'll let you know when it is. Thank you.
We're back.
What's up
That
next,
was
Big Al?
Well, the next thing, I did an interview with one of these doctors. Let's see if I can say his name right. Dr. Shaparis.
No, Sculparis.
Sculparis.
Scla-
Remember
wait a
the whole
minute,
time we were there?
Scla-
Sculparis.
Sculparis. I have to say it
Sculparis.
fast.
There you go.
Sculparis.
Now you all know his name is Dr. Sculparis, and he is the podiatrist?
Huh?
No,
No.
he's
Rheumatologist.
yes.
And we're going to go to an interview with him.
Right
Great
now.
interview. Welcome back. My next guest, I have Dr. Levasseur here and also Dr. Flores. Now, some of you, I'm sure, recognize this handsome young man here sitting to my right. Dr. Levasseur has been out here in the Valley since 1986? 86. And now he is part of the Southwest Medical Associates. And how did they get you to come on board? What was the temptation there?
Well, they made me an offer I couldn't refuse,
Oh.
actually.
They held a gun to your head now.
Almost, yeah. No, it was beneficial for both of us, I think.
Uh-huh.
It was getting very difficult to be in private practice by yourself with the climate of the medical situation throughout the country, really.
Mm-hmm.
And with me not knowing what Mr. Obama's going to do as time goes on, I thought it was a good time to let someone else be in charge.
Absolutely.
So now I don't have to worry about things like that.
Uh-huh.
Prior to this, when I was in practice by myself, just going on vacation was very difficult. I would have to hire somebody to come in. I couldn't just close down for a week and go away.
And you've been a family physician for most of the families in this valley, and
For a lot of them.
For a lot of them, and so the work.
More than 20,000 people altogether.
Oh my goodness gracious! So this must seem like a godsend in a way that you are now, like, in charge of the whole facility as far as the.
I'm not really in charge of anything now. I kind of like it that way.
Oh, well, okay. What is your main goal here, and what are you accomplishing working?
All I have
with
to do
the
now
staff?
is see patients and take care
Just
of
see
people.
Pat. But I did notice when we were talking out in the hallway, you kept asking those questions that you probably were so used to taking care of, the administrative side.
Oh, yeah.
So you do have that background as far as you know how an operation runs.
Oh, yeah. I even went back to school when things got exciting with insurance companies and got a master's in business administration.
Wow.
Just so I couldn't get cheated any more than I had been earlier.
That's right. You're like the ever ready bunny.
Try to.
Just keep going.
Try
Keep
to.
going. Are you excited to be with the Southwest
Oh,
Medical
yeah.
Associates?
I really like this.
Yeah, I bet you do. And Dr. Flores, who is also with the Associates, you're the internal gal, I should say, internal medicine. But what brought you on board with the Southwest Medical Associates here in Pahrump?
I was asked to be one of the physician champions for Pahrump, and I'm very happy to be here. I love the community, and I've been out here for about a month, speaking to anyone and everyone, recruiting patients and talking to everyone, so I'm happy to be here.
Will you be part of the group going out to talk to senior citizens at the senior center?
Yes, and I have so already.
Oh, that's great, and it's been receptive, great reception?
It really has. Everyone's been wonderful.
Now, you're excited because we have this whole new system that's on board, and this is actually, we call it like the flagship of technology for here, and it's in Pahrump. And that's the EMR, yeah, I said that right.
EMR, electronic medical record, yes.
For once I said it right. So would you like to explain this to us and the importance of it here?
Yes, definitely. Our technology is not only at the forefront of
we might have to turn it a little so that the camera can see. There we go.
But also nationwide. We recently had an upgrade this last week, and it's like I said before, it's at the forefront of technology. As a provider, this is grand.
And the EMRI stands for, again, electronic
medical record.
Medical
EMR.
record. Gosh.
EMR. Yes.
We know, just to confuse you, they call it an EHR sometimes.
Oh gosh. Well,
electronic health record.
I'm easily confused. I'll have to become a patient to know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
So
Doctor.
I have a test patient, just to give you an example of what we have here, and I can look up live when the patient's sitting here or before in my office their information. For example, I can pull up their problems and update this. Their allergies, if any, that have already been entered by the nursing staff. And I can look up their medications, their current medications now, when they were last filled. I can look at their past medications if I have a question about something they were on. And I can also look up any orders, EKGs, spirometry, anything that has been done in the past. If they are undergoing any type of testing for blood testing when they were last tested. All the consult notes are in here at the touch of a fingertip.
Amazing.
There's no chart to have to go through. There's no loss of information. It's all here. I can actually look at my electrocardiogram for cardiac patients. If I want to look at it myself, I have the reading from the cardiologist here. I can also look at the hospital records, which get scanned into our system. And that's grand for post-hospital follow-up patients.
Absolutely, and I think probably the most important part about this is, like you said, it brings the patient closer to you or their understanding of what is going on in their medical history.
Exactly.
And they can read themselves and see.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important.
It's very important because a system that does not contain an EMR that is at this level is a fragmented system. And in the end, the patient is the one that doesn't get the quality of care.
Right.
And so we provide here at Southwest Medical Associates quality care. We give them up-to-date information. We retrieve all the records generally in a timely manner before they come and visit us.
And you were talking about, like, for instance, Quest Diagnostics, which does most of the lab reports here in the Valley. And rather than having to wait for 2 weeks for the results of your lab tests, it can be brought up that quickly.
Exactly. As soon as Quest Lab processes the results, they get entered into our system. The provider then verifies and manages the patient, either by calling them, the staff calls them, or they send out a really neat letter that our physicians here developed, and it goes out in the mail, soon after, and they receive their results. So that's really,
that's a biggie.
It is. It's wonderful.
What did you think about this when this new system came in, Doctor?
Oh, this was great. I had a system similar to this before, but it was fragmented because we weren't connected into anything large like this.
Got it. So now it just makes it much easier
Oh, it's
for
much
your
easier.
job.
I mean, I can actually, if you break your arm, I can show you the actual pictures.
Oh wow,
right here in the office.
That's incredible. That is incredible. Pretty soon I'll be talking for you too. Now we have something we have to. Dr. Flores also. People should know that she did her thesis on this system over here, which is the
kiosk technology. And this is at the forefront of technology nationwide, I must say. Very few health facilities have the kiosk developed as much as we have here with our group of people.
Right.
The kiosk technology is used for many purposes, and we've developed it extensively for front desk usage, for checking
and we'll
in.
be talking to Richard Volz about that very thing in our next interview, and just how far it's and how the practicality of it makes it a lot easier for patients checking in.
Yes.
Which is great, but I think it's great that, this was your thesis. You did win an award.
Yes.
For that, bringing it on board.
Thanks to our staff, thanks to Richard Volz. The kiosk in the room is an educational one, which I'm very excited about, because I can show my patients information about their condition, whether it be diabetes, congestive heart failure, hypertension, while they're waiting momentarily. And so that's very, very important to us.
I bet it is. Where do you see the future with Southwest Medical Association or Associates? How many doctors do you see coming on board? What would you like to see in the near future?
I think the big plan is to have 5 providers here
5?
Reasonably soon.
And that
plus
would be
lots
all
of
time.
specialists. Yeah, all the time.
All the time, right. Yeah, and I think that's the other thing here in the Valley is having specialists that are out more than, say, once a week would be, from a patient standpoint of view, to, if you need it, that would be something to see in the future.
We only have to have enough patients to make it worth the while to come out here.
And that's
the
why
big
we're
problem.
doing this.
We need more Prumpians to go around, and then we can bring them anything they want.
And that's what we talked to Dr. Johnson about earlier too, was the ability to provide that for patients here, where then they can consult with their doctors via technology now, coming here rather than having to go all the distance to Las Vegas. And I think that's important too. And that's what patients here are looking for to do, is be able to stay closer to home rather than having to go out. And I so appreciate you both taking the time out. You even have, here it is, grand opening. You already have a patient coming in this afternoon, so it's quick. And it's a pleasure to have you on board, Dr. Flores, and I'm sure that we'll see you. And right now you're here once a week?
I'm here once a week, generally on Fridays.
Generally on Fridays, so if you have any internal problems, wait until Fridays. Anyway, we'll be back after this commercial message. Thank you again. Yes, bones. Bones are very important now. Bones, and more bones.
Right. Was that interesting or what?
Yes, it was. And we will be bringing you segments from our doctors at Southwest Medical Associates from time to time, hopefully, probably every show, possibly.
Yes.
And they have a world of wisdom, and you can also visit them.
Yeah.
They're like family. Anyway, we have a commercial to go to, or two.
Yes, and we shall return after the commercial.
Yes,
Don't go away.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
I have some information.
Yes, you do.
And this is it's called Adopt-A-Thon Symphony Animal Foundation. And this is a public event, Saturday, August the 20th, 8 to 12 p.m.
And that's
at
it?
Petrick Park.
Yes.
Yes.
And when you're
it's
done
here.
there, then you can go on over to the other event. But what is this for? Is it are they
Okay.
going to have actual pets there, I wonder, or are they just raising money?
Well, let me see. Description: Adopt-A-Thon Symphony Animal Foundation, Lorraine Harper, 702-528-4997.
Yes.
That's August the 20th. It doesn't say.
Well, it's a symphony for the Animal Foundation, so they're probably going to have music and all that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had some of their animals that they want to adopt out there.
Yeah,
I would
and then
think they
someone
would.
will be singing. I wonder who's going to sing.
Well, it's the Symphony Animal Foundation. Maybe
Yeah,
the
it's a
dogs are going to
symphony.
be singing.
The dog be singing with
The
with
dogs
a
and the
dog.
cats.
Yeah, it'll be a symphony. I can't even say that right. Symphony orchestra with
Yes.
the dogs and the cats.
And that is August 20th, the same day, but not running into
No.
the jazz festival, if you want to call it that, the evening of wine and jazz
Yes.
at the Pahrump Valley Vineyards. And that will be also August 20th again, but that's in the evening from 6 to 8:30.
Right.
You can get your tickets at Floyd Ace Hardware or at the Pahrump Nugget parking lot. Oh, at Car Studio, which is in the Pahrump Nugget parking lot. Jeez, I didn't see that at the beginning of the show. Anyway, moi, along with the Witty Woods Ensemble, will be there performing some jazz vocals and stuff. And
You're
that's
going to sing?
Yeah, Rio de Janeiro blues and a little few originals of Woody Woods. So it's going to be a jazz night, and it'll be fun. And it'll be a beautiful evening, and it's full of fun. So bring your loved one. Tickets are $60, $100 for a couple.
That's not bad. Not
at all. I think it'll be fun, and it is hosted by the Nye County. God, I've been hanging around him too long. Nye County Republican Central Committee. And we do have Seemore's as one of our new sponsors on the show today. Thank you for bringing
Senior
SpongeBob
Dimensions?
coming back down here with us. I wasn't done talking.
I'm sorry, forgive me.
Gee.
And Senior Dimensions is our new sponsor.
I wasn't done talking. Okay, who's our other new sponsor?
I forgot.
Senior Dimensions. And I believe we also have Hope Cancer, among others we got some great sponsors.
Litigators, Chan
Chan Man, our litigator, and he's an attorney at law, and he does a lot of senior law for people. Very important to learn about your rights, especially as a senior citizen.
And I finished talking.
Yes, you did, and we are done. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Next week for another entertaining and informative hour of Young at Heart. Have a good day.
Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young.